In Montgomery County, Maryland, a student has been shot at Magruder High School in Rockville. That student has been taken to the hospital with serious injuries. As we understand from police, he is currently in surgery as we look live there from Sky 9 at Magruder High. The shooter, also a student who's been arrested. The school was on lockdown for hours today, but they have finally been given the all clear. Right now, the methodical operation of getting students reunited with their families or onto buses home is currently underway. Our Tom Dempsey joins us live from outside of that school. And Tom, we just heard from police and school leaders. What more are you learning at this hour?
Well, Lorenzo, we've actually been standing outside of Magruder High School for the last hour or so. We've been seeing small groups of students leaving this school, finally being able to see their parents. But as you just said, we heard from investigators also a short time ago. And we know one student was seriously injured after being shot inside the high school earlier today. And that student was found inside the bathroom. And we now know that one student is now in police custody in connection to all of this, and they were found inside the school when law enforcement rushed to this scene. Again, it's been a very eventful day here at Magruder High School. Still lots of law enforcement out here. A long line of school buses outside, as you can see maybe behind me right now. And these students slowly starting to come out. But again, we know one student shot apparently by another student who is now in police custody. But you can imagine just how stressful and just how scary this was for parents earlier today. We spoke to some mothers and fathers who were connecting with their children throughout the day via text and phone, hearing from their children about being huddled underneath desks, some of them inside of closets as this was unfolding. We spoke to another parent, and I believe we have that soundbite ready to go. If we can roll that, just some of the details we heard from parents.
And just drove all the way from Frederick, just wanted to be close to him, as close as I can be. This is something that we don't need to deal with. School's supposed to be a safe place for children.
And that woman just shaken, as you can imagine, with her daughter, I believe, stuck inside the school earlier today. Again, just to recap, Magruder High School here in Rockville, still a very busy scene, but hours ago, this shooting took place inside the school. One student injured, taken to the hospital where they underwent surgery, and now another student in police custody connected to this case. And again, that student was caught by law enforcement inside the school. So again, many police still outside and some students still waiting to get home, Lorenzo, after a very stressful and very eventful day here in Rockville.
Yeah, no kidding. That's putting it mildly. Now, this all began at about 1 o'clock, and that lockdown was lifted just a short time ago. And in that time frame, you can only imagine what these parents, what these students, what these teachers are thinking, not getting any answers. We finally got some answers roughly 10 minutes ago from police, but you know, these students are being dismissed right now, reunited with their parents. I want to bring in our Colby Satterfield, who has been speaking with some of those students and parents. And Colby, what are they telling you?
You're talking about the anxiety some of these parents felt. First, they had the anxiety of not knowing what was going on inside the school. And now the parents I've been talking with in the last few hours or so are telling me the anxiety of getting their child out of the school. You can see the buses that Tom was referencing here all lined up waiting to pick up students. The bus riders will be picked up first, and then the parents can have a chance to pick their kids up. Take a look down this side street here. You can see all of these flashing lights that go down this side, and then they're even in parking lots off the side. Those are all parents waiting to pick their children up. Of the parents that I've talked to, they tell me this whole situation has been terrifying. And for the longest time, the only information they could get was from their children, who also didn't know what was going on inside the school that they were inside of. And the repeating message that I'm hearing from parents is this just brings the reality that this type of gun violence can happen anywhere, and that it's terrifying to think about how a gun could have made it onto school property.
So everyone is just, you know, having an ordinary day. So it's just so scary that something like this can happen any day, and we will not be the wiser until the situation has escalated. It could have been worse.
The school district sent out a message that they would start picking children up or children could leave from 5 to 6. We've seen those buses sit idling, and the parents haven't moved yet. Parents anxiously waiting to finally get their children and hug them after what has just been a really horrific day. Lorenzo?
Yeah. you're supposed to feel safe inside of your school. We heard from the interim superintendent not too long ago, and she reiterated sort of the same thing there, that students go to school and they expect to be safe, and then you have an incident like this. We are thinking of that student who was in surgery tonight, and also the lingering trauma for those students who were locked away inside of their school all day. School leaders say a crisis management team will be at that school tomorrow to help these students, their parents, and teachers process everything that unfolded there. Colby, thank you so much. And you know, our team is staying on top of this story tonight as well. You can find the very latest anytime if you have to step away from the TV on our WUSA 9 app, and then we'll have a lot more tonight when I see you right here for the news at 11.